We are shooting this video to find out which particular brand of charcoal will be the easiest to light up, which creates the least amount of spark, which one ends up being the hottest, and lastly, which one will have its heat for the longest amount of time. In front of us, we have 5 different brands and types of charcoal. We have 5 mini fans, newspaper, and lighter fluid. Each of these items will help us contribute to the purpose of this video. We have 5 different brands of charcoal. The first one, starting from the left, is charcoal made in USA. It is a brisket type charcoal. Next we have mesquite charcoal, 100% natural from the Sonora company. Next we have Mirasol charcoal, 100% natural, and it is white charcoal. Next we have charcoal made in China. This is white charcoal. And lastly we have charcoal made in Korea, which is also white charcoal. The next step to our experiment is we have soaked each of the 5 newspapers with charcoal lighter fluid to start the flame. Next we have placed charcoal on top of the newspaper in a way that will help last the fire and make it longer. And we also have a backup already lit up charcoal in case any of the 5 brands of charcoal do not light up. We have lit each one of the charcoals to see which one creates the most amount of flame. Next, we have turned on each of the 5 fans that have the same amount of voltage. The purpose of the fan is to keep the flame going and to see if any of the charcoal begin to spark up. As you can see from this experiment so far, number 1, made in USA, is barely going. Number 2 and 3 are fully going. And number 4 and 5 are dead. The next step we are going to do is take the charcoal and put them together. Right now we have turned off fans 2 and 3 because both brands of charcoal are very well lit up. As you can see, charcoal number 4, made in China, and charcoal number 5, made in Korea, have both died out. Because of this, we are going to use Mirasol charcoal number 3 and place each one of them in charcoal number 4 and 5 to restart the flame. We have now put some Mirasol charcoal on the bottom of the charcoal pile of number 4, made in China, and number 5, made in Korea. So far, we have learned that charcoal number 2 has some spark to it, and also it creates a lot of smoke. However, we have also learned that in charcoal number 3, there is no spark and little smoke, but the fire is going strong. We have also observed that number 4, made in China, and number 5, made in Korea, are struggling to get the fire started. We have tried to add already lit up charcoal and place it on the bottom of the charcoal that's on made in China and made in Korea, but it does not seem to work. Because our previous effort did not work, we have added even more already lit up charcoal particularly USA brisket, into both China and Korea. And we have found out that both of the charcoals are creating big sparks. So far we have learned that charcoal number 4 made in China and charcoal number 5 made in Korea are both having a very hard time starting up. We have observed that charcoal number 4 made in China has now lit up, but charcoal number 5 made in Korea is still struggling to start its fire. And also, because we took out some charcoal from number 3 into charcoal number 4 and 5, we have added new pieces of charcoal to see if the new pieces will spark. After placing the new charcoal in charcoal number 2 and 3, we have learned that neither of them created any spark. Also, using an infrared thermometer, we have measured how hot each one of the 5 charcoal are. And in Celsius, we have come up with USA charcoal number 1 being 529, charcoal number 2 being 532, charcoal number 3 being 587, charcoal number 4 being 507, and charcoal number 5 488. After an hour and a half, we have concluded 4 things. Number 1 is that charcoal number 2 and 4 created some mild sparks, while charcoal number 1, 3, and 5 created no sparks. The second thing we concluded is that Maresol charcoal ended up being the hottest out of all 5 by at least 50 degrees Celsius. The third thing we concluded is that charcoal number 2 and 3 were the easiest to start, while charcoal number 5 and 4 were the hardest to start. This is key if you want to barbecue, because charcoal number 4 and 5 would be a very frustrating experience. And lastly, the fourth thing we concluded was that we could not tell the duration of each of the 5 charcoals because all of the piles did not start at the same time. So therefore, we had to make a lot of cuts because of the setup involved. And we also wanted to create the equalest amount of opportunities to the best of our ability. Thank you for watching.